Well, I ended up going and seeing the rest of the Martin Short and Steve Martin um, show that I had on Netflix, and I kind of like those two guys. Um, the thing about celebrity is that these guys, everybody who's a celebrity, has dealt with every issue every other celebrity has, and no citizen would ever be able to fathom the amount of complexity and illness it gives them to have to deal with people. And I mean, I guess to some degree we can all identify with identity theft, but um, they don't probably have to deal with identity theft as much as we do, but they have to deal with other kinds of theft, like privacy theft, like the inability to maintain a private life. And, you know, someone's always going to be talking about you. You just can't be yourself anymore, you know. And that's the problem with celebrity. And I'm doing this, and I'm thinking I'm not getting famous. I sure fucking hope not. But, you know, then again, if I do, then the only reason why I'm doing this is because I don't believe the universe is real, or I don't believe this instance is real. And I guess if all of a sudden everybody comes out of the woodwork to get me, then I'll probably realize, okay, that was one more thing I shouldn't have said. You know, that was one step. I got way too close. You know. But everybody's making videos on YouTube. Why should I be anything different than anybody else? Maybe enough people hate me. I do know there are people out there that hate me, but there are people that hate everybody, and but I don't hear people coming to the door, knocking, and scratching the scratching anything or breaking. You know, I mean, who would go out of their way to go and contact somebody else personally? You know, because if you go out of your way to get to somebody else, then it kind of shows you up as well. So it's kind of like you don't make one person famous, it's like both people become famous, you know. So like if somebody took my stuff, and I guess they could deep fake my face and have me do thousands of different things that I couldn't possibly do, and that would just be an obvious example of the fact that they use deep faking to make 1,000. I actually suggested, and I guess if that does show up on the internet, then I'll say, yeah, it was my idea, but I didn't do it. And that was take a computer generated mouth and um, deep fake a model or someone who's young, singing every song from the past year or so, or last 10 years, which would be feasible to get a computer to render out frames of somebody singing a song, singing every single song in the book on every single video. You could do it with multiple celebrities. You don't have to do it with one. You could do it with multiple celebrities. Have them all singing the same song, the same 100 million songs or whatever, in their own videos with their lips replaced with the songs, and make a setup a website that we can take all these music videos and have all these singers singing to your song. You know. Now, uh, whoever is the musician that happens to be watching my YouTube channel here, And if somebody was to make me famous and they come back and they find this a little bit, then somebody is going to exploit it. See, I got a lot of ideas, and I figured that if I got popular, then every one of the ideas that I had divulged through the podcast would get exposed, and everybody would do them all, or somebody would do a lot of them, and then it would just, that's. So I figure if I put enough ideas into my YouTube podcast, into my YouTube presentation, a lot of ideas, that if I get popular for any reason, all that stuff is going to get released. Everybody's going to learn about all that other stuff, and who knows, good or bad, what the world will be like. Or maybe they'll just completely ignore all that other stuff. The question, if it's a real world or not, is it's not a real world. People will just focus in on that one thing and ignore the rest. If it is the real world, they'll consider all the other ideas, okay? And then they'll start finding stuff out, and everybody will harmonize on different levels. Everybody will have there will be people going for me and people against me, rather than me becoming a meme where everybody in the world see the downfall of the meme is when the meme is on somebody that isn't well understood, or someone who hasn't proven themselves intellectually to discuss lots of different kinds of ideas. Because if all of that stuff's on your account with your YouTube video content, and and I've been on the internet since '98, it's going to be very difficult for someone to say, to like make a meme out of me doing something and then say, well, he's new, he's brand new, and people will be able to go back and look in my past and things I've said a million times before, and people that know me, it would just there'd be no way that anything could stick. But it doesn't bother me. I mean, it does bother me. I mean, everything, this kind of concern bothers everybody. Anytime you get in contact with anything electronic based on the internet, it drives people wild. And it's better to err on the side of being accountable than to not being accountable. When you're not accountable, anybody can be you. When you're accountable, only you can be you. And then there's the deep fakers, which can be you as well, but then they have to replicate your mannerisms, they have to talk like you, they have to have ideas like you. And so the more you express yourself inside of a video format like this, and especially if you put your hands in front of your face, it's going to make it really difficult for them to deepfake stuff like that. So there's all sorts of stuff that would make it difficult. It's easier for them to deepfake a simple area, a simple thing of film, than to deepfake for everything, for all the video content, And so the more video content you have, the more they can deepfake you, but also the harder it is for them to the more they can deepfake you, but when is AI going to be able to replicate the way people think and how they talk and stuff, and the ideas they come up with? Because I have original ideas all the time, and it's pretty easy to think about stuff that hasn't been done before, and there's stuff I haven't even talked about that I've got documents on that, so if I'm getting popular, it's my guess is it's people pretending to like me. They don't really like me. They're more wanting to see me fail, or trying to making fun of me, or they think I'm saying something original and they're responding to that. But all in all, I don't get comments on what I think about. It's usually, look, I saw it first, and it'll hit 2 million. And anybody could say that. You know what? I'm bet a million that whenever you get comments like that, it's from somebody that's planning to call you and ask you if you need more people on your site. We can if you can pay us $10,000, we can get 3 million more people on your site from India. What they're trying to do is they're trying to see if you really care about being popular. And I'm saying if I hit 10K, this whole thing is done for. It's going to go private. The whole YouTube channel, it'll still exist, but all the videos will go private, and you won't see them. Which you can do with YouTube. You can make all your videos private, and so that the videos are only for you. They're not for anybody else. And so if I hit 10K, that's what I'm going to do, because probably the best to record all the video that you're going to use. But the thing is I have more video than you do, of stuff I've got, and plus other people have and there's people that have annotated and put the stuff into text forms, store stuff in databases, and But I seriously doubt I'm getting popular. I think really what this is like some East Indian company that has added like a few thousand people to my videos and various views, and are going to contact me sometime later and say, you realize that your numbers increased here? That was us, and here's proof. And then they'll show it, and I'll go, oh. And then I'll be like, well, big deal. But that would explain to me how I could get as many views, unless what my videos are about and things and my scene, I don't know.